Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show how to create a weekly classroom update using Parent Square. Parent Square is the main communication tool used in my district, so it's important for teachers to feel comfortable using it clearly and consistently. For privacy reasons, I am starting directly on the message screen instead of showing my full Parent Square homepage or dashboard. This is the area where teachers can create an announcement, reminder, or classroom update for families. For this example, I'm going to create a weekly classroom update because it's something teachers can use consistently to keep families informed. To save time, I went ahead and already drafted my message in a separate document. I also think this is a helpful habit. It gives teachers a chance to check their wording, make sure the message is clear, and avoid typing everything on the spot. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to paste that over in my text box right here where it says description. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste my title into Parent Square. I'm going to put it right in this subject line. Again, I have pre-drafted this. I chose to go with weekly classroom update and then the dates for that week. I like to keep the title simple so families know right away what the post is about. Now, the fun part is once the message is added, I can use formatting tools to make that post easier to read. For example, I might bold important dates or reminders so they stand out. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bold that the library book return day is going to be Thursday. That seems really important for the end of the school year. I'm just clicking that big B right there. I can also go ahead and change the color of my text by clicking more text, this A with the dots, and then my color droplet. I'm going to go with a red to match my district. I love to bold things so they stand out, but it is important that I'm not bolding the whole message, just that important information so families can quickly find what they need. Another great part about Parent Square is our more rich option, which is this plus sign right here. In this, teachers can explore extra features such as templates, which can be really helpful because they give teachers a starting point instead of creating every message from scratch. This can really save time, especially for weekly updates or repeated reminders. Depending on your district, mine has some pre-made templates, which I'm not going to show, again, for privacy reasons. And they also include some fun design blocks like logos, headers, images, and tables, which is really helpful. Another important part of Parent Square is that it can help make communication more accessible for families, since families may have different communication needs. Tools like Parent Square can support clearer and more consistent school-to-home communication. It allows teachers to add photos using this image button right here. You can add some files using that as well, or you can even add links. For this example, I'm going to be using a stock image instead of a real classroom photo to protect student privacy. In a real classroom post, teachers should always follow those school privacy guidelines before sharing images. I've pre-selected this photo, so I'm just going to grab it quick here from my doc and paste it over. Whoop. Alrighty, and there's my photo loading in. It is really great. You can give some alternative text. I'm going to skip that for now. I will be able to resize my photo just by clicking and dragging, which is also really important because I don't want to take away from that message that I am sending out. And before posting, I would make sure to choose that correct audience. Right up here in this to box, it says select or start typing names. This is really going to depend on your school settings. You might be sending this to one class, a grade level, or a specific group. This is just a really important step because teachers want to make sure the message goes to the correct families. Then once that post is ready, I can send it right away or schedule it for later. I find that scheduling is a really helpful tool for weekly updates because I can prepare messages ahead of time instead of sending them consistently, especially at the end of the day. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to schedule this post by clicking that drop down and schedule. I'm going to click a calendar date here. We'll go with the 30th, and then I'm going to do 3:00 p.m. I find that is the most helpful time for me to schedule a post. And then I would just click that schedule button. Before posting, I would just want to quickly check over the message, the date, make sure my images or attachments are all in there correctly and I am sending it to the correct audience. Parent Square really helps keep family communication clear, organized, and consistent. And I think it is a extremely practical and helpful tool for teachers each and every day. With that, I would go ahead and click schedule, and that is how you can make a weekly family update.